Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello and welcome to a roast. I don't know how roasty this is gonna be. I know this is stupid because like literally none of these celebrities are ever gonna see this video, but I always feel low-key a little bad like shitting on people when it comes to stuff like outfits, but you guys know that I absolutely love fashion. I love fashion content. I've slowly been like dabbling in the fashion content realm a little bit more lately, and it's something that I really love talking about. And last night were the Oscars, which obviously presented a massive opportunity to look at all of the A-list celebrity fashion that happened. Today I want to talk about my favorite and least favorite looks from the event, and also just give some sort of mini reviews. I always like to say this is me being Smokey Lamode, because Hot Lamode does these videos, but way better. So if you're interested in watching this video and watching me roast and talk about some red carpet fashion while wearing a hoodie, sitting in my home by myself, not at the Oscars, keep watching. Today's video also does have a sponsor, so let's jump to that. Hi friends, editing me here, and today's video is sponsored by Casetify. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the brand new Casetify phone strap. These are a new product from the brand that I'm really excited to talk about. At first when they offered to send me some, I was definitely a little bit skeptical because I was like, okay, how often am I going to use that? However, not only are these the cutest things ever, they're also incredibly functional, and they make it so easy to go hands-free all day. I found that I'm using this like when I go to the grocery store. Just now when I was setting up my filming equipment to film this sponsorship, I needed to call my husband, and these ropes made it incredibly easy to just ask Siri to do it and have it hanging around my neck while I'm doing a bunch of other things. The other reason I'm really drawn to these phone straps is because I can see them being very beneficial for the summer months. Like I can absolutely see myself rocking this at a music festival, if I'm going for a walk with my dogs during the summer, even if I'm just like having a day at the beach, I could see this being very helpful, so I could still have my phone on me but also be going hands-free. These cords are adjustable, hypoallergenic, and sweat-proof, and I'll show you in kind of the overlay clips here, but you can see how I can not only wear it around my neck, but I could also wear it as just a strap, a crossbody. There's so many different options. On top of that, there's a ton of different colors and patterns that you can choose, so you can customize it to your outfits and coordinate it to your outfits. Personally, I got this little gray one with like blue dots, and I also got this cute purple one that has like little yellow and gold accents. Also, if you want to dress it up a little bit, like I said, when I go to music festivals and concerts. So they do have metal chain and snake chain options. This one is the wristlet size, but they also have the long ones, so you can still do the crossbody. Also, I was pleasantly surprised as a plus size gal that the adjustable straps that they give you actually do fit around me in a very comfortable crossbody. So all different types of body sizes can absolutely utilize these cords. Each cord comes with a little card that has a hook attached. You literally put it into the bottom of your phone case, like through where the USB port goes in, and you attach the chain or the rope to this, and I swear it's so durable. Like I was a little nervous it was gonna fall off or I was gonna have any problems. I've worn these for the last couple of weeks and I have had zero phone droppage, zero breakage, completely and totally durable. If you're interested in trying these phone straps, you can go to casetify.com/smokyglow and get 15% off your new phone strap today. Thank you so much to Casetify for sponsoring this video and also introducing me to my new summer must-have, and let's jump into the video. Okay, very first up we have Megan Thee Stallion. And personally, I think this dress is gorgeous. It's a little bit weird. I don't know how much I love, here's my thing about slits in dresses. I don't love slits that go more so like up the middle or go up the entire side. I like slits that are a little bit more symmetrical, if that makes sense. Like I like it when it's more even on a dress. However, she looks incredible. Like her body looks incredible. Her hair and makeup looks incredible. I think this color is gorgeous. I love the silver accessories. I even don't mind this sort of like fishtail train thing that's happening. I actually think it looks really beautiful. The fun thing about the Oscars is that it's definitely a time to dress up and like go super glam and super out there. It's basically like the movie version of the Met Gala to me. And so I love when people do things that are different. I feel like everybody just wears like red ball gowns and that's usually it. I love when there's something different. I actually loved this look. I thought it was really, really beautiful. I thought her jewelry was gorgeous. I thought she looked great. I will say when she popped up in the performance of We Don't Talk About Bruno, I was shocked. I was so surprised. I had no idea she was going to be doing that, but I actually thought she killed it. I thought she did a great job, and I thought she looked great here. Like, truly, I think this is a gorgeous dress, a gorgeous look. She's gorgeous in general. Okay, next, Timothee Chalamet. I don't dislike this, I will say. I like that it's like a sparkly jacket. I like the pants. I feel like the boot is very fitting. I do feel like the shirtless thing, you know what it is? I think that Timothee Chalamet, I get this same vibe from like Harry Styles. I feel like they're just cool. And it's not a level of cool that I will ever be, nor do I understand. So when I see things like this, I'm like, is this objectively good? Yeah, like I think it's good. It's just so cool. I feel like this more younger generation of celebrities is a lot less interested in doing these like hyper formal things. Like, not that this isn't very formal, but I mean, he's not wearing a shirt. So it's like so formal. And I actually kind of love that. Like, I kind of love that it's just this very cool, effortless vibe. Do I feel like maybe this wasn't the best for something like the Oscars? Yeah, I feel like this is more appropriate for like the VMAs or like something a little bit more laid back, but I do think it's cool and I think he looks good, obviously. So I did like this. I do also love the like, this is a very tiny detail, but I love it. I love that he has on his sleeves this sort of like lacy sequined overlay, that sheer that goes just past where the blazer is opaque. He has the same thing towards the bottom of the jacket. I absolutely love that. Like, I think it looks so cool. I love little details and touches like that. I just think it's the best. I always love and appreciate when men wear something other than a basic black tux. So I was a fan of this. Okay, next. I hate this. I'm sorry. Okay, this is Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart did wear shorts to the Oscars, which I don't think, in theory, I think that's a bad thing. Like, I actually don't really give a fuck if she wore shorts. I saw one article that was like, Kristen Stewart tore up the rule book by wearing shorts this year. And it's like, okay, everybody calm down. She's wearing fucking shorts. It's LA. It's probably 85 degrees there. Like, it makes sense she wore shorts. The reason I hate this though is because it reminds me of how I used to dress my star dolls on stardoll.com. When you could like dress up people on Stardoll, this is the exact outfit. The pointed pumps, the short shorts, the white shirt, the kind of weirdly fitted blazer that doesn't really have any give in it. It's just like a straight down blazer. This is literally the hairstyle even. Like, this is how I dress my Stardolls. So I think I was just thrown off by that. Like, I was thrown off that Kristen Stewart looked like a Stardoll. Funny story about stardoll.com. I remember one time I finally convinced my mom to give me like $20 so I could buy all these stars for my Stardoll account, so I could like make my house really cool and like do all this extra stuff on stardoll.com. And right after doing that, my account got hacked and I was unable to get back in it, and I lost all of that money and I was devastated, and she never gave me money again to play on stardoll.com or any website, because she was like, you're obviously an idiot, your account got hacked. Anyway, Kristen Stewart, not my favorite, looked like a star doll. I actually think this was one of my least favorite looks from the night. I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like this just, I feel like if she wanted to do a short, there's just so many other awesome ways you could do that that are gonna be really fashion forward and cool. That's not like half tuxedo, half just black shorts with pointy heels. Like, I don't get that. I will say though, I loved her makeup. Like, I thought her makeup looked really pretty, and I even liked how she accessorized. She did give that sort of effortlessly cool vibe, which I think is fun. Like, I thought she looked gorgeous. I just hate this outfit. Okay, next we have Maggie Gyllenhaal, and she is wearing this sort of overly boxy off the shoulder dress with then these gold accents all over it. I have to say, I hate this. You know what I would have loved to see is this dress, this sort of like fit of a dress, because I actually think the fit of the dress is very flattering. I think there's a ton of potential with this more boxy like shoulder lining. I actually think it's really cool. What I would have loved to see is all of these gold detailing all over the dress. Like, cover the dress, shroud it in this gold floral 3-dimensional detailing, like an all gold dress. I think that that would have looked stunning. First of all, she would have looked like a freaking Oscar. How appropriate. Second of all, I just think that would have looked so stunning with this silhouette to have something that was more detailed and 3-dimensional and like there. I feel like with this, just the black dress and then the random lines, the random sort of T of these gold, it just doesn't look finished. Like it looks like a half-finished art project basically. I also don't love her hair and makeup and sort of the entire vibe of this look. Like I'm just not a huge fan of how everything pulled together. I just feel like there's more potential, I guess. Like this dress feels like it should be pretty and it feels like it should look good, but I wish that it was either just an all black dress and then very simple, just like smoky glam makeup, or it was all shrouded in gold and then very like light glowy makeup. I feel like this weird in between of having some interesting details about the dress with like the gold appliques and then having this really interesting cut, but then having it all just fall so flat is very disappointing. Yeah, but I will say, I think that this silhouette is gorgeous and I would love to see more stuff just in general on red carpets with this boxier kind of top, because I actually think that's really pretty. I really like it. I think it's a really flattering look. It's very cool. It kind of reminds me of like shoulder pads, but it's like a cold shoulder pad. I'm a fan of it. Like I think it actually looks really pretty. I just wish the dress was more put together and interesting, if that makes sense. Okay, next we have Billie Eilish, who absolutely killed her performance. She did amazing. First of all, I love Billie with dark hair. I just have to say it. I think she looks so beautiful. I know she went blonde last year, was it that she went blonde? And I didn't hate the blonde. Like I wasn't mad at the blonde, but it also wasn't my favorite hairstyle of Billie's. I know that she changes up her hair a lot. I feel like with her darker hair, it just feels more like her vibe. Whereas like the blonde didn't really feel that way. As far as this dress goes, I'm torn, okay? I think that the concept of the dress is really cool. It kind of reminds me of, do you guys remember Ariana Grande when she wore that gigantic gray ball gown to the Grammys that had all of those layers and it was more tulle and like light? This kind of reminds me of like the darker version of that. Darker color, it's like a little bit more moodier. That kind of is what the vibe I get from this. And I think in theory, I like that concept. Like I loved Ariana's dress. I love the concept of the layered tulle and this sort of oversized look. I think it's really, really pretty. I also love a train. I will always love a train. But I will say, I think with this dress, something about it just falls flat. And I think what it is for me is the material of the dress. I feel like the reason I loved Ariana's dress so much was because it was poofy and it was like big and light and airy. And this fabric just feels heavier, and I'm also not obsessed with the way that some of them have random like crinkles and folds in them. I think that it would have made more sense and probably just looked better in general if all of them were very uniform and had sort of a cohesion to them, but I feel like some of the pieces of the dress are more wrinkly than others. I'm also not entirely sure where her arms go. That's just a side note for like comfort. I'm just not really sure where her arms go, but I don't think this looks like terrible by any means. This definitely wouldn't be my worst dress list. It wouldn't even be my least favorite Billie Eilish look. I don't think it's terrible. I just wish that the dress had a little bit more cohesion, and I wish that the material itself was different. If it had still been a black dress, but it had been a more lighter, bouncier material, I feel like it would have kind of floofed around a little bit more. Whereas this just kind of felt like it was hanging. You know what it kind of looks like? It looks like when you dunk clothing into like water. Like you take it out of the washer and it's still wet, and if you were to put it on, and it feels like it's almost hanging off of your body in like weird places and like wrinkled and clumpy in weird places. That's kind of what this dress reminds me of, is it looks like she just like walked out of a river, and this dress is just the result of that. Like that's what I'm getting from this dress. Not terrible, not the worst of the night, just not my absolute favorite. I do like the concept. I think that's where it gets me. I think I would be willing to put this lower if I didn't love the concept of a big poofy frilly dress. Like I just love that idea and concept. I think it's so fun. Okay, next we have Serena Williams. I think Serena Williams looks fucking gorgeous. I'm sorry. She looks so fucking beautiful. This is one of my favorite dresses from the entire night. First of all, the pink, gorgeous. That's just such a gorgeous color. Her hair and makeup looked fucking stunning. Her body looks incredible. I love the black detailing and the roses. Well, sometimes I hate pink and black together because it just kind of I don't know, something about pink and black sometimes I'm not a big fan of, but I think that this particular shade of pink, where it's not like a hot pink, it's more like a flower. Like it looks like a literal flower, this color pink. It's just so pretty and soft and like a muted pink. And I feel like the muted pink with the black is actually really stunning. It allows all of that detailing to really pop and have its moment. And I think it looks stunning. I love the gloves too. I feel like the all lace gloves were a really fun, pretty touch. I have to say, I love the gloves with this look in this context. I am not, however, necessarily a fan of the glove trend that is coming out right now. Like, I definitely don't love that, like, just everyone's all of a sudden wearing gloves with their outfits. It's not my favorite look. It's not my favorite vibe. I don't really get it. But I think in the context of this dress, it looks stunning. I know this is stupid, but I love the ring over the gloves. I don't know why. I think that's just so like fabulous, but it looks so good. The one thing I will say about this dress, if I had to pick something that wasn't my most favorite thing, is definitely the shoulder pads. I do think that in the context of this dress, I think they look good. I'm just never a big fan of shoulder pads. I usually feel like they don't add too much to a dress, but I think in this context, it's nice. I'm not a huge fan of the puffy sleeve with the cap. But again, I think in this dress, although, you know what? I get it with the gloves. Like if once she's wearing the gloves, it makes more sense why it has the cap sleeve. But I do feel like it would have been really pretty if this dress had those really strong shoulders with like the slight shoulder pad and then just like stopped and was like a sleeveless dress, like didn't have any sleeves to it. Not that I dislike the sleeves, but I feel like this dress could have been a showstopper as a sleeveless dress. Not that it's not still a showstopper. I just think that would have enhanced it a little bit because the sleeves are definitely my least favorite part, but I think everything else is gorgeous. Like the color is super pretty. Her body looks incredible. Her hair is incredible. Makeup was incredible. Like overall, beautiful. Love, 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 love this dress. Okay, next we have Kierstin Dunst, who is in this red dress. I hate this dress. I hate this. I love Kierstin Dunst. I love her. She's so gorgeous, so talented, amazing. Whatever. I fucking hate this dress, dude. Like, it's not that I hate the red at the Oscars. Like, I don't hate a red dress at the Oscars. Do I think it's overdone? Yes. Like, it kind of reminds me of the Miranda Priestly quote where it's like, a red dress for the Oscars? Groundbreaking. That's always what I think of when I see a red dress at the Oscars. I don't think that this is necessarily a bad color, especially on her. I feel like this color actually suits her very nicely. I feel like red with the blonde hair is very cute. But I will say I don't love the dress in general. It looks like a bad prom dress in my opinion. Like this looks like something I could see one of the people I follow on Instagram wearing to prom. Like it's just got all of these weird ruching details that I think are supposed to make it look like flowers. It really just ends up making it look swirly and a little bit outdated. It's got this one weird piece of like chiffon just sticking straight up. I also feel like low-key this isn't the most flattering dress in the world, and I don't think that's her fault because like I said, she's gorgeous. I think just the way that it sits on her and the way that it shapes her, it just simply doesn't. It's not a particularly poofy or like cover-y dress. So it's like Billie Eilish's dress is obviously supposed to be larger and not have like a super form-fitting vibe. Whereas this one, I feel like it should be a little bit more form-fitting, and I feel like it should be showing off her curves and like hugging her curves. And it just doesn't seem to be doing that. Like it's just kind of on her. I also don't love the hair and makeup for this look either. Again, I don't think she looks bad. I just think there were more options. There had to have been more options just in general for her. I feel like this is her first time being nominated for an Oscar. So it's like, I really would have loved to see her pull out all the stops and have this like big show-stopping dress with like beautiful makeup, beautiful hair, like show-stopping. It's not that she doesn't look pretty. I just think that she deserved better. I do. I think she deserved better. Okay, this look by Olivia Coleman. I don't know how to feel about this one. I'm inclined to say I don't like it just because, you know what I think it is? I don't like a turtleneck with all of this being like the same color, same material, everything. It's like literally head to toe Tin Man. And for me personally, I just wish there was something more. Like, it's not that it's a bad dress or that it's ugly. I just wish there was something more or different. Even if the little like kind of cinch belt that she had on had been literally any other color, I think it really would have pulled the entire look together. But because it's all so monochromatic and also so flowy and so covered, it just almost gives off this very weird, like, I don't want to say matronly vibe, because I don't think that's the vibe, but it just gives off this very weird vibe. I will say, I love the sleeves of this dress. Like, I think the sleeves are definitely the shining moment. I love the big, like, bat sleeves. Like, I just think that genuinely looks awesome. And I also do like her hair in this look. Her hair pulled up is really nice. I love her makeup. I love her too, just as an actress. She's like one of my favorite British actresses. I love her so much. But this dress, for me, it just feels kind of blah. And I think that's kind of sad because she was up for Best Actress at the Oscars, which is like arguably one of the biggest awards you can win the whole night. And I kind of wish that she had had like her moment, like her jaw-dropping gown moment, whereas this just feels a little bit more blah to me. Next we have Lupita, who looks fucking incredible. I absolutely fucking love everything about this look. Remember when we talked about Maggie Gyllenhaal's dress being like, I wish it was all gold? Lupita did that. The hair looks incredible. The makeup, incredible. The memes of her face being next to Will Smith after the incident. No, I'm not gonna talk about it, but her face was my face. I thought she looked great. Like, I thought this dress was beautiful. I loved the gold. I love the different textures of gold. Like, it's not all just a gold sequin dress. We have like the gold sequins up top and then these sort of fringe like sequins coming down. I think all of the different floral details on there also look stunning. Like, just in general, I thought she looked amazing. And the fit of this dress was so good. Kind of like what I just said with Olivia's dress, how being so high neck lacked a little bit of that pizzazz. I feel like this is a great example of you can still have a very modest dress. It doesn't have to be super showy, but it can still have a really nice fit to it and not feel like it's overflowing you. I also love that this has like the quarter sleeves. I don't know why. I just think that's so fun. I don't feel like I see quarter sleeves on a lot of gowns, especially at like the Oscars, but I really enjoy that. Like, I think it looks really cute, really fun. Looks like she literally just like rolled her sleeves up, ready to be at another award show, killing it. I think she looks incredible. I loved this dress, loved this whole outfit. Okay, next we have Jessica Chastain, who did win Best Actress at the Oscars. And I will say, I'm confused about this dress. I don't know how I feel. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, I love that because I love glitter and pink. So I was like, I'm all over it. I think where I wasn't sold was I wish that the ombre of the top of the dress, how it goes from like pink to rose gold to that purple, I wish it had continued on down the dress. I'm not even mad at the frills and puff that is all around the bottom. And I'm also not mad about like the glitter tulle situation. I actually think it's really beautiful. All the sequins I think look beautiful. But I do wish that there was just more color to the dress instead of just like all of the color at the very, very top and then it's all the same color, this sort of like duochrome. It low-key was giving me a little bit of like prom dress vibes, which I wasn't a huge fan of, especially before I saw the frills at the bottom. I was like, this looks like something one of my friends wore to prom in 2013. Like, it really did in the beginning. I was like, this is a very similar vibe to prom dresses. I also don't like her hair at all. I did like her makeup. I thought her makeup was really simple, really beautiful. She's gorgeous, so I mean, it's easy to do makeup with that, but I didn't like the ponytail, the high pony. I kind of wish that something else had been done. I don't disagree with maybe like an updo. I just wish it wasn't a ponytail. I think my problem with the ponytail is it doesn't look put together. It looks like she just kind of threw her hair up in a high pony. And I feel like with something like this dress, something that wasn't so casual, I think would have just fit the vibe of the dress better. I think that the hairstyle is definitely a little bit more cash. I also didn't love the jewelry and like accessories that she did with this. I just felt like the long silver earrings were like a little bit much given how busy the top of the dress was, and same thing with like the bracelets and the rings and all that. Overall, again, I didn't hate this one. I think it was just giving a lot of prom dress vibe. I almost wish all those feathers had gone like all the way up the skirt. I feel like that would have been so pretty. So I don't hate this, certainly don't love it. Next we had Nicole Kidman, who was also nominated for Best Actress. I did not like this dress. I wasn't a big fan. Number one, I'm not a fan of the makeup at all. I do not like the red lip. I do not like the sort of dark and harsh eyeshadow. I just think it doesn't really fit with the look. I feel like the color of the dress and the look is supposed to be very ethereal, very glam, and the makeup is just so harsh for me that I'm just not vibing with it with this particular dress. I do love the necklace she's wearing. I think that that's really beautiful, just like a gorgeous diamond necklace, but I think the dress in general really falls flat for me. I don't love peplum in general, and that's basically what this is. It's like a peplum dress with tails. I do think the color is very pretty, but I think the dress as a whole just has so many different pieces and components to it that make it feel like there's like a slit. There's these tails coming out. There's this poofy peplum that's all like rouged. There's the very, very pointy like sweetheart neckline. Like it just feels like a lot is going on and a lot of different design decisions are happening all at once, that it makes the dress feel busy and overcrowded, but also somehow kind of boring. Actually, the whole dress kind of feels like an afterthought. Like it feels like everything about it was just kind of like Mod Podge together and then they threw it on her, and I don't really understand why that is. I will say I think the fit of the dress is incredible. Like I think she looks great, but I think with the dress and the makeup and everything, it's too many pieces that are not working together well, and it just makes it too like busy. Just was like not a fan of this one. Okay, now we have Venus Williams, who does look incredible. I will say I liked Serena's dress just a little bit better, but I think that's just because I thought it was so interesting that I was like, that was like one of my favorite dresses, that pink one. I thought it was so stunning on her. I did think she looks stunning. I think this looks great. I love the choice of accessories. I feel like they complement the dress really well without pulling too much attention away from it. I love the like cuff bracelets. I love the dangly earrings. I love her hair. Like this is what I'm talking about with Jessica Chastain, how she had like the messy ponytail. Something like this, like a really slicked back, sleek ponytail, always looks so good and so pulled together. I love it. I love the silver detailing on this dress and also the fit. And I also love the cut. I think the fact that it's like a white dress, I think there's room for it to be a little bit boring because it's just kind of a white evening gown, but I do think that with this awesome cut that's in the top that just like really flatters her figure beautifully with this silver detailing is just like that little bit of extra oomph that makes the dress so pretty. I guess that's a good word for it. I think that she looks really pretty. Like I just think the dress is beautiful. I loved the way it flowed. I loved the way the dress moved when she walked. I thought it fit her beautifully. I thought everything about this look was just like really, really good. Really nice. Zendaya! I loved Zendaya, dude. I love her so much. She's easily my, like one of my favorite fashion people ever. I love seeing what she's gonna wear. I literally just wait to see what she's gonna wear. I just saw on Twitter that she actually did her own makeup for this event. It looks stunning. She did her own makeup for like a bunch of different events for the Oscars and it looks so pretty. Is Zendaya gonna come out with a makeup line? That's one I could get behind. That's a celebrity makeup line that like I could fully support and endorse with my money. Anyway, I thought her hair looked gorgeous. Again, kind of what I was saying with, I hate to keep going back to Jessica Chastain with her hair, but it was like my least favorite hair of the night, that ponytail. Something like this just looks so effortless and beautiful. And it still has that sort of laid back, like, you know, sort of chill vibe. It's not like a formal updo, but it adds just a little bit more dimension to a look. I thought that the accessories for this look were gorgeous. Arrow bracelets she's wearing look stunning. I love the earrings. I love the simplicity of the necklace while it's still being this like gorgeous bling. I loved this. I loved the shirt. I loved the skirt. The only thing that I felt bad for with the skirt was that it seemed like she couldn't really walk in it. I saw a few videos of her on the red carpet where she literally had someone following her around carrying her train because it was like too difficult to walk in. But overall, I thought this was gorgeous. I love the mix of sort of traditionally masculine with traditionally feminine, where you have this hyper traditionally feminine, like super glittery, super high-waisted skirt contrasted with this like sort of white button-up that's just very simple and a little bit more masculine. I think it's a fun twist on like when women wear suits to award shows, which I always think is fucking cool. Yeah, she just gives off those cool girl vibes, man. I don't know how else to put it. Like she just is so effortlessly cool and beautiful. Like she looks absolutely stunning in this outfit. I don't know that this is my favorite outfit of hers recently. I feel like she really killed it at all the Spider-Man premieres. Like some of her looks from the Spider-Man premieres are some of my favorite fashion looks of all time. I just love them so much. So I don't know that I would say this is like my all-time favorite one from her, but I think she looks incredible. And I think it's a really cool, fun outfit that's still very formal, but very different. This is what I mean when I talk about Kristen Stewart and like the shorts. There's ways to do things that are different and not super dressy uppy, that are still just like cool and high fashion that aren't stardoll.com. Anyway, I don't usually talk about the guys, especially because most of them just wear black tuxes, but I actually really liked Andrew Garfield's look. He had on the velvet jacket, black pants, black shoes. The thing I love most about his look, and the only reason I'm even talking about it, because I thought it was interesting, was that he opted for this sort of like actual bow tie that was like an oversized bow tie tied in a literal bow. I thought it was really cute. Like, I actually really liked the way that this looked. I thought he pulled it together well. I love these sort of greenish, blackish detailing in the watch and the buttons. Wait, are those pants green too? It's black. Are they green? He's got all these green details going on. It's hard to tell if those are just like a dark green or a black, but either way, I like it. Like, I always love a velvet suit. I think it looks incredible. I always love when guys wear that to award shows. I think the bow looks good. Pretty good. For like a basic suit. Not bad. Okay, next we have one of the girls from HAIM, the band. I'm not sure which sister this is, but I will say I hate this dress. I do not like this. I don't like the fish scaling effect. I don't love the way that the sleeves randomly puff out. I don't think it's a super great fit on her. Like, it just feels like it's too loose around her hips and around sort of where that little like lining is to define the waist. Feels like things are too loose around there, so it just sits kind of weird on her. I don't like the open-toed metal stiletto. Not a big fan of that. I don't like the bottom of the dress, how it's like scalloped at the bottom. Like, overall, just really hated this dress. I don't love all the silver. I think the sparkles are done in a way that make it look almost tacky. Like, just was not a fan. But I will say I did love her hair and makeup. I thought they were really pretty. She looked very natural, very like glowy. Really loved that. Just hated this dress. I just thought it was so dramatic, but like not in a good way. Like, dramatic in a way that almost felt like it was trying too hard. I feel like you go from Zendaya, who has this like very it's a similar vibe. Like, it's the silver, it's like the glitzy, but I feel like you have Zendaya who did it in such an effortlessly cool way. And then you have this where it feels like it was trying to do that, but it just feels really, really overdone. And like, again, too much happening, too much going on. Not enough emphasis on like how it fit her body properly. It's even really loose in the shoulders too. You can see it's really loose in like the arms and the shoulders, which I think is adding to the sort of badness of the entire thing. Yeah, did not like this one. This one was one of my least favorite dresses. Okay, next we have Penelope Cruz. Don't hate me. I feel like Penelope Cruz is always sort of labeled as like the icon of the Oscars. Like, she always has these amazing dresses. She's always dressed to impress. This felt like a prom dress to me. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it felt like something that someone would literally wear to prom. I don't know if it was the material. I don't know if it's the cut of the dress, the style of the dress, whatever it is, hated it. Like, I really didn't like it. I was so disappointed because I always really love her looks. And I think that normally she really kills it and looks like amazing and does these really high fashion different things. This one just felt so boring and so prom dressy to me. It even has like a low-key bustle in the back. Like, the back is super extended. The front and the top are like this weird halter with this weird embellishment. The dress has like little buttons going down the front for some reason. Like, just overall was not a fan of this. And same thing with the accessories. I felt like the accessories, I don't think anything could have really made this dress much better. It really reminded me, if this had been white, it could be just like a normal wedding dress that people wear all the time. Like, there was nothing super special about this dress, nothing that made it scream wow to me. I just was not in love with this one at all. I was so disappointed. I will say though, hair and makeup, 10 out of 10. Like, love the hair, love the makeup. Even for the dress, like, I think the hair fits the dress really well, and same thing with the makeup, but the dress itself was just such a letdown and so disappointing. I'm worried that's gonna be like an unpopular opinion, because I feel like I saw people loving this look and like freaking out about it. That was not my journey with it. I saw that and I was like so disappointed how basic this dress seemed to be. Next we have Amy Schumer, who she was the host, so she obviously had a bunch of different outfits, but this was her red carpet look with the bow. I did not like this dress at all. I was not a big fan of this. I was also not a big fan of her hair and makeup. I just felt like it was not super anything really. It felt like she just kind of like threw a curling iron in her hair and walked out of the house, which is fine, but for the Oscars. I will say I think the dress is very flattering. Like, I think it definitely hugs her curves in the right places. I think that the long sleeve looks very nice, but I just think overall I find the dress, I don't know, I guess I just find it to be ugly. Like, I just don't think it's very pretty. I don't love the blue with then this like weird beaded bow accent right under her boobs. Like, I just don't really understand the point of that accent point and that focal point. I will say I like the color of this dress. I almost wish that she had just done literally just like this color blue dress and almost this exact dress, but just had it be blue, or just had there be like a white lining around the edges or something like that. Kind of how Venus's dress looked, where it had that like sort of silver lining outlining everything, but it wasn't too out there. That is what I wish she had worn, something similar to that instead of this. God, the more I look at it, the more it looks like a middle school craft project. Those beads are hanging on for dear life. You cannot tell me otherwise. Yeah, I was not a big fan of the beaded bow on her boobs. Do I think that's a fun thing to say? Yes. Do I like the dress? No. This was one of my least favorites for sure. Next, we have Mila Kunis, who this was actually one of my favorite dresses of the night, was Mila Kunis. I just thought that this looked gorgeous. Like, she looked gorgeous. The hair, the makeup, the accessories, everything looked so beautiful. Does it low-key look like a dress that like Miss America would wear? Yes. Do I still think it's stunning? Absolutely. The color of this dress is one of my favorite colors of pink ever. This is truly one of my favorite colors ever. I love the fact that there's this sort of non-symmetrical train happening. I think that it adds a lot to the dress and looks really cool. I love all of the rouging up here that sort of crosses over, the one shoulder. The little belt could have done without the little belt buckle. I kind of wish there was just like nothing there. That's the one thing where I was like, don't love that. I think overall, the way that the dress is draped and fitted to her is stunning. Like, she looks gorgeous. The whole dress is just absolutely beautiful. I love the material. I love the color. I love the way it fits. Cannot say enough good things about this dress. This was easily my favorite dress from the night. When I saw her and Ashton Kutcher on the red carpet, I was so excited to see this dress. Chloe and Halle were there. And again, normally I love Chloe and Haley's style. Their Met Gala looks were two of my favorites. I absolutely adored what they wore there. These ones though, it's not that I think they're bad. Let's start with Haley's. First of all, it's so hard because, and this is why it's hard with everyone, they're all so pretty. Like, she's so pretty. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is terrible. She's gorgeous. I do love her hair and I do love her makeup. The dress, however, I'm not like mad at the dress. I guess to me, it feels more like a bathing suit cover up. Like, it feels like she's wearing a bathing suit top with like a sarong. That's kind of how the dress feels. And maybe that was the vibe, because they did talk about her being in The Little Mermaid and like being in the live action Little Mermaid, how it was coming out soon. That was kind of what all the press talk was about around her. You can see how this could be a nod to Ariel or something like that. But I think in general, I was just disappointed by this dress. It didn't feel show-stopping or wow. It just kind of felt like a bathing suit with a bathing suit cover. Same thing with the color of the dress. I was just not super obsessed with this color in general. I feel like we've seen her wear so many better looks that's why this one was a little bit disappointing. I also hate the shoes. I hate the pointy-toed, slightly off-colored, slightly not matching stilettos. I wish, if you're gonna wear, this is my biggest pet peeve with like fashion stuff, is like if you're gonna wear shoes that are that close to what the dress color is, and you're obviously trying to be monochromatic, you have to just fully send it and make the shoes match perfectly. There's no other alternative. Like, it has to match perfectly, and it's just slightly off color, which bothers me so much. Chloe's dress, I liked this one better. Number one, I think, again, the hair, the makeup, the accessories, beautiful. I do think the earrings are probably a little bit busy for the dress, just because especially the top of that dress is so busy. But I almost like the busy on busy. Like, I kind of like the drama of it. I will say this dress, though, was not my favorite of the night and wasn't even my favorite look from her. She also has this sort of monochromatic vibe going on, and she's got this, like, the purple one shoulder with this sort of see-through mesh material that also has metallics on it. I think what throws me off about this is, number one, I don't love the random cold shoulder. Number two, I wish that the beads hanging off of the dress were more, they looked more like diamonds instead of beading that you would do in crafts, in arts and crafts at like a camp when you're making friendship bracelets for your friends. I wish the beading looked a little bit more elegant and a little bit more like actual crystals or actual diamonds. I feel like the beading the way it is now just looks not super great to me. Like, it just doesn't add anything to this dress. I don't hate the material of the dress, and I actually do love the color. I think the purple is very pretty. I'm not a big fan of the slit that goes all the way up to the boob. I also don't love the shoes, mostly because do you see how there's like diamonds around her ankles on the shoes? I wish those were the types of diamonds that were coming off of this dress. I wish it was a little bit more glam and a little bit more in your face and a little bit less arts and craftsy. But yeah, I also do wish that if you're gonna have a slit that goes all the way up to like under boob, which is fine if you're gonna have that, I wish that it didn't look like the dress was literally just cut like that. I wish there was some type of defined hem or seam or even an outline of that hem. That way it gave it more definition. Where it stands right now, it looks like they were about to walk the red carpet and the designer literally just sliced the dress open all the way to the top. There's no real definition there, and I wish that it had that. Overall, I think I liked Chloe's look the best, but I wasn't a huge fan of either of these two, which was definitely disappointing, because normally I love them so much. But yeah, this was definitely not my favorite. Finally, we have Jada Pinkett Smith. I know I'm not getting to all of these. I literally have like 100 pictures on my phone. There's no way I can get to all of them. I'm trying to pick my favorites and least favorites. Jada's look, I was conflicted. I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. I liked the skirt. Like, I love the ruching, all over ruching of the skirt. I did love that. And I'm also not mad at the monochromatic vibe of it. I'm also not mad at the long sleeves. I'm not mad at the ruching. I think the zipper down does throw me off a little bit. Overall, I shouldn't be mad at this dress because I'm not really mad at the individual components of the dress. Something about them all together, though, just isn't meshing right for me. Like, something about all of these components together just makes something feel disjointed and like not the best. And I don't know why, because I don't hate this by any means, but I saw it and I was just like, oh, it was confused. Like, I was confused about this dress, genuinely. I do love the earrings and I love the makeup. I love the little touch of green on her lower lash line. I think that's really pretty. I don't love the shoes for the same reason I didn't like Hailey's, which is that they are slightly different greens to the green dress. I feel like very obviously this was supposed to be a monochromatic moment. I was disappointed by that. You know what I think it is? I think that the waistline of the dress throws me off, because the ruching for this, it almost feels like she's wearing a jacket with a skirt, like a puffer jacket in the winter. I could see if you chopped off that skirt, I could see Lululemon or like some other fitness store selling this exact jacket and like moms in the suburbs wearing it constantly. Like, I could totally see that happening. But anyway, I think because the jacket part of the dress sits so low and then the skirt comes up and it's this big, huge, massive skirt, I do feel like it is a little bit weird. Like, the way that it sits and the way that it fits is very strange and very kind of awkward. I don't know why. I do love when people go big and bold for dresses at the Oscars. I just feel like that is the time to do so. So I wasn't necessarily mad that it was a bigger dress and more of like a ball gown. I guess I was just a little bit confused by the cut and the placement of all of these different elements. I wish that skirt was just slightly higher up. I think that would have completed it for me, because I think right now it looks like two separate pieces, so it lacks all of this cohesion, where if it was slightly higher up, I don't think I would feel that way. Anyway, there was a lot of great style. I would love to know your guys' favorite and least favorite looks from the night. Let's talk about the people I didn't cover. Let's give your opinion on the ones I did. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and my podcast and vlog channel will be linked down below, along with my social justice spotlight. You can go check that out. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
What?